The most powerful hour of your day is over before most people ever wake up. The Vedic tradition has a name for it, Brahma Muhurta, the creator's hour. It falls roughly 96 minutes before sunrise, and what you do inside it quietly shapes the 16 hours that follow. In the next several minutes, I will give you the complete Vedic morning routine, step by step, with the reasoning behind each piece, and a 10-minute version you can begin tomorrow. Let us begin with why this window matters at all. Ayurveda's foundational text, the Ashtanga Hridaya, instructs the practitioner to rise from bed during Brahma Muhurta, before the sun. The reasoning is both energetic and biological. In the hour and a half before dawn, the atmosphere is dominated by the quality the rishis called sattva, the quality of clarity, lightness, and stillness. The mind, freshly rested, has not yet been pulled into the noise of the day. The three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, sit in their most natural balance of the entire day. The air is cooler, quieter, and according to tradition, rich with prana, the subtle life force carried on the breath. Modern chronobiology adds its own confirmation. In the 90 minutes before your natural waking time, the body begins the cortisol awakening response, a clean and healthy rise of cortisol designed to prepare you to meet the day with energy and focus. When you wake gently inside this rise, instead of being torn out of sleep by an alarm and a glowing screen, you ride that natural wave rather than fighting it. The window is real. Let us learn how to use it. Step 1. Wake without reactivity. The single most damaging thing you can do in the first minutes of your day is reach for your phone. The moment the screen opens, notifications, messages, and headlines flood a nervous system that is still soft and impressionable from sleep. This spikes cortisol in the wrong way, sharp, anxious, and reactive, and it sets a tone of urgency that can follow you for hours. So the first rule is simple. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Keep it in another room overnight and use a separate alarm clock if you need one. Instead of the screen, begin with the body. Scrape your tongue. Take a copper or steel tongue scraper and gently draw it from the back of the tongue forward 7 to 14 times. Overnight, the body deposits a layer of toxins and metabolic residue on the surface of the tongue. Ayurveda calls this ama. Scraping it away removes bacteria, clears the breath, and gently stimulates the digestive organs through the reflex points mapped across the tongue. It takes 30 seconds, and it is one of the most overlooked practices in all of Ayurveda. Then, drink water. Specifically, 4 to 8 ounces of warm water, ideally stored overnight in a copper vessel. This practice has a name, Ushapan, the dawn water ritual. Warm water on an empty stomach gently wakes the digestive fire, flushes the kidneys and intestines, and rehydrates a body that has gone 8 hours without a single drop. The copper matters. Ayurveda has stored drinking water in copper for over 3,000 years, and modern research confirms that copper has natural antibacterial properties and that trace amounts support healthy metabolism and gut motility. Sip it slowly. Do not gulp it down. Step 2. Move the body before the mind takes over. 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement signals to your whole system that the day has begun. You have 2 excellent options here. The first is Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation, 12 linked postures performed in rhythm with the breath, traditionally facing east toward the rising sun. 3 to 5 rounds is plenty to begin. The second option, especially if the body feels stiff, is a simple walk outside. The goal is not exercise in the modern, exhausting sense. The goal is to circulate prana, to loosen the joints, and to meet the early morning light, which sets your circadian clock for the entire day that follows. Remember the Ayurvedic principle of Ardha Shakti, to exercise only to half your capacity, never to depletion. Morning movement should leave you more energized than when you started, never drained. Step 3. Breathe. 5 minutes of pranayama is the very heart of the morning routine because the breath is the one part of your autonomic nervous system that you can consciously control. Begin with Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, the great balancer. Here is the full practice. Sit comfortably with the spine tall. Rest your left hand on your knee and bring your right hand toward your nose. Close the right nostril with your thumb and inhale slowly through the left for a count of 4. Now close the left nostril gently with your ring finger so that both are held, and pause for a count of 4. Release the thumb and exhale through the right nostril for 4. Then inhale through the right for 4. Hold for 4. Close the right and exhale through the left for 4. That complete cycle is 1 round. Do 5 rounds. As you breathe this way, you are balancing the 2 great channels of the body, Ida, the cooling lunar channel on the left, and Pingala, the warming solar channel on the right. Modern science calls the underlying rhythm the nasal cycle and confirms that slow, alternate nostril breathing steadies the heart rate, raises heart rate variability, and shifts the nervous system toward calm. Step 4. Set your Sankalpa. With the body awake and the breath settled, the mind is now clear and receptive, which makes this the perfect moment to plant an intention. But a Vedic Sankalpa is not a to-do list, and it is not a wish. It is a single line of resolve, planted at the level of identity. There are 3 rules. First, it must be in the present tense. Never, I will be steady. Always, I am steady. The deeper mind cannot act on the future. It acts only on what it already accepts as true. Second, it must be affirmative. Never, I am not anxious, because the mind deletes the negation and hears only the word anxious. Say instead, I am calm. Third, it must be believable to you today. If your gut rejects the sentence, it carries no power. So begin with something that already feels 60% true and let the belief grow from there. Write your Sankalpa in a small notebook, the same line, every single morning, and speak it once, softly, aloud. Do this for 48 days, the traditional Vedic window for installing a new pattern, long enough for the neural pathways to physically begin to thicken. Those are the 4 pillars. Phone-free waking, with tongue scraping in warm copper water. Movement, breath, and Sankalpa. Practiced in full, this sequence takes about 30 to 45 minutes, and it is, without exaggeration, the highest leverage half hour in your entire day. But here is the most important instruction of all, so listen closely. Do not begin with the full version. The enemy of a morning routine is not laziness, it is ambition. If you design a perfect 45-minute ritual on day 1, you will almost certainly abandon it by day 4. So start instead with the smallest viable version. 10 minutes. Wake without your phone. Drink your warm water. Take 3 slow rounds of Nadi Shodhana. Write 1 line of Sankalpa. That is the entire minimum. Do only that every single day for 1 full week before you add a single thing to it. Consistency is the real teacher here, not intensity. A 10-minute routine held for 48 days will transform you far more deeply than a perfect routine done 3 times and then dropped. Inside the 10x Vedic app, the morning routine session guides you through every step with gentle timers and voice cues, so you never have to watch a clock. But you do not need anything at all to begin. Tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, simply sit up, take 1 slow breath, and write 1 single line. Begin your day before your day begins you. Namaste.